Morning students. Dear students, today we are going to discussing something about 10th standards second language English. Under that, today we learned something about a beautiful poem called George Poem 2. George Poem. George Poem 2. This is a poem written by Carl Wendell Hines Jr. Carl Wendell Hines Jr. See what we call George Poem 2. So what the poem tells us? In this poem, today we know something about the summary of the poem. Summary of the poem, George Poem 2. Before we know the summary of the poem, first we should learn something about poet of the poem. Who wrote the poem? Carl Wendell Hines Jr. See, first we learn something about who was Carl Wendell Hines. Carl Wendell Hines Jr. His lifespan between 1940. His birth date was born in North Carolina. Born in North Carolina. He graduated from Tennessee Agricultural and Industrial University in 1962. He's graduated in Tennessee, Tennessee Agricultural and Industrial University. In 1960. And his works have been hosted as some of the best by contemporary writers. His writings are very famous in the contemporary world. So, such kind of person, Carl Wendell Hines. So, he was wrote a beautiful poem called George Poem 2. So, what the poem tells us? What this poem tells us? See, like ancient mariner in Coleridge's poem, the old George musician feels he has a message for the people of the world. He is a pathetic figure, but at the same time, a commanding artist. He has the power in him to make people listen. A gift that not many possess. He is silent in speech, but eloquent in music. Like the ancient mariner in Coleridge's poem, the old magician feels he has a message for the people of the world. He is a pathetic figure, but at the same time, a commanding artist. He has the power in him to make people listen, a gift that not many possess. He is silent in speech, but equivalent in music. See, dear students, this is the introduction of the poem, George Poem 2. Like the ancient mariner, here ancient mariner means what? Ancient mariner. A reference to the Bible. A reference to the poem. To the poem. The rhyme of ancient mariner. The rhyme of ancient mariner. By Swami Coleridge in which by Swami Coleridge. In which a seaman shoots an albatross. A bird of good omen. A bird of good omen. And suffers supernatural punishment. See, this is what we call ancient mariner. So here, ancient mariner means a reference to the Bible, especially for the reference of this poem. What we call the rhyme of ancient mariner by Swami Coleridge, in which a seaman shoots an albatross, a bird of a good omen, and suffers supernatural punishment. And the old jazz musician feels he has a message for the people of the world. Here, a old jazz musician feels that he has a message. For the people of the world. He is a pathetic figure, but at the same time a commanding artist. See here, a Georgia old musician looks like a pathetic figure and also a commanding artist. He has the power in him to make people listen. A gift that not many possess. He is silent in speech, but equivalent in music. See, such kind of a poem written by Carl Wendell Heinz Jr. So now your teacher will going to read the poem. You all listen carefully. Okay, please open your text, page number 105. George Poem 2. Listen to the poem. Your teacher reads or recites the poem. Read the poem. There he stands, see, like ancient mariner. His wrinkled old face so full of wearies of living is turned downward with closed eyes. His fried collar, faded blue old shirt turns dark with sweat, and the old necktie undone drops loosely about the whole. Old jacket, just barely holding his sagging stomach in. Yeah, his run down shoes have paper in them, and his rough, unshaven face shows pain in each wrinkle. But there he stands in self-absorbed solitude, head still down, eyes still closed, ears perked and trained upon. The boss line for across is just like an old alto saxophone, supported from his neck by a wire coat hanger. Gently he lifts it now to parted lips, see, to tell all the world that he is a black man, that he was sent here to preach the black gospel of Judge, now preaching it with words of scramming notes and chords. He is no longer a man. No, not yet even a black man, but a bird. One that gathers his wings and flies higher until he flies away or come back to find himself a black man again. See, dear students, these are all the several stanzas of the poem, George poem 2. ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಇದು ಜಾರ್ಜ್ ಪಯಂ 2 ಎಂಬ ಪದ್ಯದ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ ಈ ಪಯಂ? ವಾಟ್ ದ ಪಯಂ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಜಾ, ಇಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸಿ like a black ancient mariner, his wrinkled old face so full of worries of living is turned downward with. Dear students, see, there he stands. Here he refers to George player or a George musician who stands there. See, our poet says that, see, there he stands. Who says like this? Our poet says this. See, there he stands. Who is like a black ancient mariner. Who was a black ancient? ಕಪ್ಪು ಬಣ್ಣಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದಂತ ಒಬ್ಬ ಜಾರ್ಜ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಷಿಯನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ನೋಡಿ. His wrinkled old face, his wrinkled old face. Here wrinkled means ಮುರುಗು ಕಟ್ಟಿದ, ಸುಕ್ಕು ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ wrinkled. WRINKLED, wrinkled. ಸುಕ್ಕು ಗಟ್ಟಿದ ಮುಖ, wrinkled old face, so full of various of living means various of living. It means no longer interested in, no longer interested in ಕೂಡಿದೆ. ಜೀವನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮುಖದ ಭಾವನೆ ಅವನ ಸುಕ್ಕುಗಟ್ಟಿದ ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಟರ್ನ್ ಡೌನ್ವರ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್, ಟರ್ನ್ ಡೌನ್ವರ್ಡ್, ಕೆಳ ಭೂಮಿಯನ್ನು ತಲೆಬಗ್ಗಿಸಿ ನೋಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಈ ತರದ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಯಾರು? ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾರಿನರ್ ಆರ್ ಎ ಮ್ಯೂಜಿಷಿಯನ್. ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಐಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರೈಡ್ ಕಾಲರ್, ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರೈಡ್ ಕಾಲರ್. ಅವನ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಐಸ್, ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳು ಮುಚ್ಚಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿವೆ. ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರೈಡ್ ಕಾಲರ್, fried ಅಂದ್ರೆ threads in piece of cloth starting to come apart. Fred, Fred. It means threads in a piece of, threads in a piece of cloth, shaving to come apart, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲರ್, ತನ್ನ ಪಟ್ಟಿ, ಕುತ್ತಿಗೆ ಪಟ್ಟಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ದಾರಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಕಿತ್ತು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹಳೆಯದಾಗಿದೆ. ಫೇಡೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲೂ, ಫೇಡೆಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್, ಒಳೆಯಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ನೀಲಿ ಬಣ್ಣದ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಶರ್ಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ವಿತ್ ಸ್ವೆಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ನೆಕೈಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡನ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್. ಆದರೆ ಆ ಫೇಡೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲೂ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಶರ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ಇಟ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ವಿತ್ ಸ್ವೆಟ್, ಬೆವರಿನಿಂದ ತುಂಬಿ ಅದು ನೀಲಿ ಆಕಾರದು ಕಪ್ಪಿನ ಆಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಓಲ್ಡ್ ನೆಕ್ ಟೈ, ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಒಂದು ನೆಕ್ ಟೈಯನ್ನು ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅನ್ಡೌನ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಲೂಸ್ಲಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಬಾರ್ನ್, ಅದರಿಂದ ಬೆವರು ಸುರಿತಾನೇ ಇದೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಜಾಕೆಟ್, ಹಳೆಯದಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಲೇಸರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇರ್ಲಿ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಗಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇನ್, ಸೇಗಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ತೂಗಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ, ಸೇಗಿಂಗ್ ತುಂಬ ದಪ್ಪದಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತುರುಕಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಬೇರ್ಲಿ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಗಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಕ್. His turn down shoes have paper in them. ಅವನ ಶೂಗಳು ತುಂಬ ದೊಡ್ಡವಾಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಪೇಪರನ್ನು ತುಂಬಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. and his rough unshaven face shows pain. ಅವನ ರಫ್ unshaven face, he didn't have any shave, so that shows that he was really falling pain. ಅವನು ರಫ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ, ಶೇವಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆ ಮುಖವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಅವನು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ನೋವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಎಂದು ಭಾಸವಾಗುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಇನ್ ಈಚ್ ರಿಂಕಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಫೇಸ್, ಅವನ ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಗೆರೆಯು ನೊರೆಯು. ಬಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್, ಅವನ ಸುಕ್ಕುಗಟ್ಟಿದ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ತುಂಬ ನೋವಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್, ಆದರೂ ಅವನು ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇನ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಸಾಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಏಟ್, ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಸಾಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಏಟ್. Self brought solitude means a state of being alone. Solitude. It means the state of being alone. The state of being alone. The state of being alone. That is what we call solitude. See? ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನು ಏಕಾಂಗಿಯಾಗೆ ಅವನು ತನ್ನನ್ನು ತಾನು ಹಿಡಿದಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಡೌನ್ ಐಸ್, ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್, perked and trained upon the boss line, for across his chest lies an old. Still down his eyes, still closed ears, perked and trained upon the boss line, for across his chest lies an old. ಕೆಳಮುಖವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳು, ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಂಥ ಕಿವಿಗಳು, ಪರ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಡ್ ಅಪಾನ್, ಬ್ರೈಟನ್ ಅಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಬ್ರೈಟನ್ ಅಪ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಡ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ಬಾಸ್ ಲೈನ್, ಅದನ್ನು ನುಡಿಸತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಟ್ರೈಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಬ್ರೈಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಸ್ ಎನ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ಟೋ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೋಫೋನ್, ಅವನ ಎದೆಯ ಭಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೋಫೋನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೋಫೋನ್, ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೋಫೋನ್, what it means? This is one type of musical instrument. Musical instrument. That is what we call saxophone. Like here is there now. This is what we call saxophone. See, this is, we call it as saxophone. Here is a picture. See. This is what we call saxophone. Okay. See, and later on, that saxophone across his just lies an old alto saxophone, supported from his neck by wire coat and, that is supported to his neck, ಅವನ ಕುತ್ತಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ವೈರ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಅವನ ಕೋಟಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಆ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ನೇತಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಜೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಲಿಫ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ನೌ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಪಾಟೆಡ್ ಲಿಪ್ಸ್. ಸಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ತನ್ನ ಪಾಟೆಡ್ ಲಿಪ್ಸ್, ತನ್ನ ಎರಡು ತುಟಿಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೋತಾನೆ. He was gently lifted it now to parted lips, see, to tell all the world that he is a black man. ಅದನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನುಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, tells all the world that he was a black man. That he was a black man. That he was a black man. Just a minute, dear students. Here is a problem arises. Please. See, come here. See what happens here. The whole saxophone hanging over his neck and his wire coat, to tell all the world that he is a black man. ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಏನನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೆ, he is a black man. That he was sent here to preach the black gospel of judge. Here one word comes, gospel of judge. Gospel, G-A-S-P-E-L. It means a type of religious music. A type of religious music. In which religious songs sent here to preach the black gospel of jazz, now preaching it with words of screaming notes. Screaming notes means loud musical sounds. Screaming notes. It means loud musical sounds. Loud musical sounds. So here people are thinking that if black jazz musician who compared to black gospel of jazz, who was preaching it with words of screaming notes and chords, he is no longer a man, no, not even a black man, but a bird one that gathers his wings and flies. ಅವನು ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಆ ಸಾಂಪ್ರದಾಯಿಕವಾದಂಥ ಸಂಗೀತಬದ್ಧವಾದಂತಹ ಹಾಡುಗಳನ್ನು ಅವನು ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇ ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಮಂತ್ರಮುಗ್ಧನನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಗಾಸ್ಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಾಜ್ ಈ ಪದ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತಾನೆಷ್ಟೇ ಸಂಗೀತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಂತ್ರಿಕನಾಗಿದ್ದರೂ ಆ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೋಫೋನನ್ನು ನುಡಿಸುವ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ತನ್ನನ್ನು ತಾನು ನಾನು ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಚಿಂತೆಗೆ ಈಡುಪಡಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಎ ಬರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ದಟ್ ಗ್ಯಾದರ್ಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ ವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ಲೈಸ್, ಒಂದು ಪಕ್ಷಿ ತನ್ನ ರೆಕ್ಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬಿಚ್ಚಿ ಮೇಲಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇಲಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಸಂಗೀತ ಸುದೆಯನ್ನು ಅವನು ನುಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ he flies high and higher until he flies away or come back to find himself. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾರಿ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು? until he flies away or come back to find himself. ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದು ನಾನು ಯಾರು, ಎ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ತನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಬೇಜಾರನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಸಂಗೀತದಲ್ಲೂ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಪ್ಪು ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ರೇಸಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನನ್ನು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದು ವರ್ಣ ಭೇದದ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ lines of the poem, George poem 2. Are you understand, dear students? So now I am going to read the poem once again. Okay? See, come here. Listen to the poem, George poem 2, written by Carl Wendell Lines Jr. Listen to the poem. Read the poem. There he stands, see, like a black ancient mariner, his wrinkled old face so full of wearies of living is turned downward with closed eyes, his frayed collar, faded blue old shirt turns dark with sweat, and the old necktie undone drops loosely about the horn. Old jacket just barely holding his sagging stomach in. Yeah, his run down shows how paper in them, and his rough unshaven face shows pain in each wrinkle, but there he stands in self-broad solitude, yet still down eyes, still closed ears, perked and trained upon. The bass line for across his chest lies an old alto saxophone, supported from his neck by a white coat hanger. Gently he lifts it now to parted lips see, to tell all the world that he is a black man, that he was sent here to preach the black gospel of George, now preaching it with words of screaming notes and chords. He is no longer a man, no, not even a black man, but A bird, one that gathers his wings and flies high, high, higher until he flies away or come back to find himself a black man again. Okay, this is the poem, dear students. I think you all understand this poem, isn't it? Yes. Now I am going to give some questions for our working purposes. Okay. Let's start the writer. First question is like this. First question is like this. Shall I put up all those things? Okay. Question number 1. Question 1. Read the first stanza. Read the first stanza. And see how closely the description. Closely the description. Description of the jazz player is made and filled in the columns in the table. Okay. Here is a column. Number 1, face. Number 2, eyes. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. You should write like this. Okay. See, dear students, this is the question. Please understand it. Read the first stanza of the poem George poem 2 and see how closely the description of the jazz player is made and filled in the columns in the table. Okay, do you understand? Please write it. And second question is like this. Second question is, why do you think? Why do you think the jazz player keeps his head down? See, clue, lines 1 to 6. Lines 1 to 6. Only the early line will be put. Why do you think that the jazz player keeps his head down? ಯಾಕೆ ಅವನು ತಲೆಯನ್ನು ಬಗ್ಗಿಸಿದ್ದ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ? ಯಾಕೆ ಭೂಮಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಅವನು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಬರೆಯಬೇಕು. And come to the third question. The word old So dear students, here the word world has been repeated several times in the poem. Do you understand? Yes. What does this suggest? The term world, what does this suggest in this poem? Okay. And my another question is, what a description? What a description? What a description? Description. Description. Do the lines. Do the lines. From 13 to 18 suggest about the George play. See, this is the another question. Okay. What description do the lines from 13 to 18 suggest about the George player? Okay, dear students, this is the fourth question. And one more question here. How has he aged? How has he held his instrument? See, this is the answer. So there are 5 questions I am giving to you. Please write down all the questions and try to do the answer all those things. Okay? Write down neatly. Okay? These are all the several questions. Comes in the poem, Jazz poem. I hope that you are all understand properly all those things. So remaining things will be discussed on next class. Okay? Thank you. Thank you one and all.